Hello Wizards! I hope you're ready to start with your projected income statement on a monthly basis for July, August and September. So, we've drawn up the projected income statement for you for July, August and September. Now, your first item would be your sales. If you recall, on your income statement, your sales amount was 960,000 rands. So the amount was 960,000 rand. Remember we said that on a monthly basis, to calculate the amounts, you would need to divide it by 12. So you take 960,000 rand divided by 12 and it will give you an amount of 80,000 rand. So 960 divided by 12. Let's do this on our income statement or our projected income statement. So you're going to take for July and August 960,000 rand divided by 12. This will give you an amount of 80,000 rand for both July and August. Remember though, we said in September the sales increased by 10%. So if you take 80,000 rand divided by 10% or times by 10% times by 10 over 100, it will give you an amount of 8,000 rand. So you're going to take 80,000 plus 8,000 rand Wizards, and that will give you an amount of 88,000 rand for September. Now your markup percentage remains the same. So you'll notice that you had a markup that was consistent or constant. 480,000 was your cost of sales, which means if you take 960,000 divided by 2, it'll give you 480,000. So let's next look at your cost of sales, Wizards. Next, Wizards, we look at your cost of sales. As you can clearly see, your markup was at 50%. So if you take 960,000 times your markup percent, which was 50%, it will give you an amount of 480,000 rand. So you're going to do the exact same and enter for your 3 months. Your markup is going to be 50%. 50% means it's half of your sales amount. So what's half of 80,000? Take your calculators. 80,000 divided by 2. It should give you an amount of 40,000 rands. Now, in your last month, our sales increased. So our cost of sales would have also increased because our markup was constant. It remained the same. So half of 88,000 rand will be 44,000 rand. How did we get that? 88,000 divided by 2 will give you 44,000 rand. Next, we look at our gross profit for each month. The reason why I've entered your cost of sales in brackets is because it's subtracted from your sales. So your gross profit is equal to sales minus cost of sales. So your cost of sales is subtracted from your sales to give you your gross profit. So 80,000 rand minus 40,000 rand will give you 40,000 rand. Again, the same for August. And then for September, you should have an amount of 44,000 rand as your gross profit. Next, we look at your other operating income. So your other operating income was your rent income. Your rent income was 38,400 rand. Now 38,400 rand divided by 12 will give you an amount of 3,200 rand. But remember, we had an adjustment. For rent, the monthly rental charge to the tenant will increase by 10% in August. So you've taken 38,400 divided by 12 will give you an amount of 3,200. This will increase in August. So if you take 3,200 times by 10%, it should give you an amount of 352 rand. So 3,200 times by 10%, apologies wizards, 3,200 times by 10% will give you an amount of 320 rand. So times 10% will equal to 320 rand. You're now going to take 320 plus 3,200, and that will give you an amount of 3,520 rand. Do you understand what I just did there, wizards? I took my rent, I added on the 10%, so I added on the 10%, and I got a total. So for the first month, this will be 3,200. For my next 2 months, it'll be 3,520 and 3,520. Why? Because in the additional information, it clearly states that it'll increase by 10% in August. Hello wizards, and welcome back. Now that we've been through your sales, cost of sales, gross profit, and rent income, we're going to move on to your other operating income, your gross operating income, and your expenses. So remember, your other operating income would be a total of all additional income. However, we only have rent income. So your total other operating income will be exactly just your rent income amount. So here for July, it would be 3,200 rands. For August, it increased, so 3,520 rands. For September, also 3,520 rands. Next, we look at your gross operating income. Remember, your gross operating income would be your gross profit plus your other operating income. So your gross profit, which is this amount, plus your other operating income. All right, wizards? So you're going to take 40,000 plus, let's just show you where we're talking about, 40,000 plus 3,200 rand, and that's going to give you an amount of 43,200 rand. You're going to take 40,000 plus 3,520 rand, and then you're going to take 44,000 plus 3,520 rand. So if you use your calculator to add each of these amounts, your total will then give you your gross operating income. So for July, it was 43,200 rand. For August, it was 43,520 rand. And then for September, it was 47,520 rand. So can you see how our projected income statement for July, August, and September, our income has expected to increase over the 3 months, wizards? Next would be your operating expenses. In order to complete your operating expenses, you first need to work out your advertising, bank charges, depreciation. You also need to work out your insurance, rates, repairs, salaries, stationery, wages, and water and electricity. So we're going to take a look at your operating expenses next. Now, wizards, let's look at your expenses. First, we're going to take each individual expense and we are going to divide it by 12. So if we go to advertising, bank charges, and depreciation, it's 30,000, 21,600, and 12,600. So we're going to enter that in your projected income statement. So first we're going to take your advertising amount, which was 30,000. Your bank charges amount, which was 21,600. Your depreciation amount, which was 12,600. You're going to enter all of your other expenses as well. So you're going to enter your insurance, rates, repairs. Let's look at insurance. Insurance was for the value of 21,000 Rand. Rates, 7,200 Rand. Repairs, 12,000 Rand. 21,000 Rand. 7,200 Rand. 12,000 Rand. And then salaries, stationery, wages, water, and electricity. So we go to salaries, 105,600 Rand. Stationery, 10,800 Rand. Wages, 67,800 Rand. And water and electricity, 42,000 Rand. So salaries was 105,600. Stationery was 10,800 Rand. Wages 67,800. Water and electricity 42,000. So wizards, now that you've entered in all the amounts from your original income statement, we're going to take each one divided by 12. But remember, it's not that simple. On a monthly basis, we also have to take into consideration the adjustments that were given to you. So you need to know that your interest on fixed deposit will remain unchanged. That would be for your income, so you'll look last at that. The firm has a mortgage of 50,000 Rand with Absa Bank, and the interest rate has changed. That would be your interest expense. So this too is your interest income and interest expense. Depreciation will remain fixed for July and August, but on the 1st of September, the firm had equipment purchased for 48,000 Rand that will be depreciated at 10% per annum. Advertising rates and water and electricity are all expected to increase. So advertising rates and water and electricity are all expected to increase by 10% in August. All other expenses are expected to increase by 20% in September. So let's start off with advertising rates and then water and electricity.
We need to learn to live with the COVID virus, the new normal, at least for the next few months. And we have just what you need to make sure you never miss a single school lesson. And it's absolutely free, mahala! High quality, powerful, animated lessons for all your subjects. So don't spend a cent until you have tried iWhiz. It's everything you need. All video lessons, textbooks, workbooks, exam prep. We want you to ace 2021.